If you're considering diving into the pages of Crime and Punishment, prepare for a journey that transcends any expectations of a novel. It's not merely a crime story or a psychological thriller, it's a narrative that tackles some of humanity's most profound questions about good, evil, justice, and power. Published in 1866, this novel has become a cornerstone of universal literature, and its influence transcends borders and eras. The story centers on Rodion Raskolnikov, a young, impoverished student living in St. Petersburg. Petersburg. From the very first chapter, we are immersed in the desolation and despair that surrounds this character's life. Trapped in extreme poverty, he suffers not only material misery but also an intense internal struggle with his ideals and desires. Over the course of the novel, he decides to commit a crime under the idea that it is justified, seeing himself as a superior man who can decide the fate of others if his intentions are lofty. However, this act is not merely an external event. It marks the beginning of a profound internal battle, as his actions create a series of ethical, emotional, and spiritual conflicts that will change his life forever. As the novel unfolds, Raskolnikov experiences the consequences of his actions, and the reader bears witness to his gradual descent into psychological torment and despair. The novel unfolds as a journey of psychological suspense, where every decision, every thought, and every interaction Raskolnikov has with other characters reveals new layers of complexity and universal themes that Dostoyevsky explores. Crime and Punishment blends genres in a unique and captivating way. It stands at the intersection of crime fiction, psychological thriller, and philosophical drama, making every page infused with an emotional and moral intensity rarely seen in a novel. Dostoyevsky doesn't merely tell a story. He creates a dark, dense atmosphere that mirrors his characters' inner torments. In this sense, the reader becomes a witness to Raskolnikov's struggles and, simultaneously, an active participant who is forced to confront and reflect on similar dilemmas. This oppressive, almost claustrophobic tone is a masterful tool employed by Dostoyevsky, who succeeds in transporting the reader to the time and setting of St. Petersburg, where the weather and city itself seem to reflect the protagonist's internal anguish. Each scene is carefully crafted to intensify this atmosphere and underscore moments of heightened emotional tension, from the dark alleys to the small rooms where characters confront their own demons. One of Crime and Punishment's greatest achievements is its gallery of characters, each deeply developed and representing different aspects of the human condition. Rodion Raskolnikov is, of course, the story's center, a character who embodies contradiction and inner struggle. His very name, suggesting a split or rupture, symbolizes his fragmented nature, a man who considers himself superior and believes his actions may be justified by a greater good, yet who cannot escape the guilt and emotional burden of his actions. Alongside him, we encounter characters who reflect and contrast his moral dilemmas. Sonya Marmeladov, for example, represents goodness, purity, and self-sacrifice. She is a young woman who, despite adversity and difficult choices, never loses her faith or capacity for empathy. Her relationship with Raskolnikov is pivotal to the novel, as she serves as a mirror in which he can see a possible path to redemption. Through Sonya, Dostoyevsky explores themes of faith and sacrifice, offering an alternative perspective to the nihilism that consumes Raskolnikov. On the other hand, Porfiry Petrovich, the investigator in charge of the case, adds a suspenseful dimension to the plot. With his shrewdness and psychological insight, he becomes a formidable opponent for Raskolnikov, not in the sense of a traditional police pursuit. Porfiry uses a strategy based on observation and understanding the mind of the criminal, approaching him in a battle of wits that challenges Raskolnikov at every turn. The depth of Crime and Punishment lies in its universal themes, which have captured the imagination and reflection of readers for over a century. One of the novel's central questions is the concept of morality and the justification of our actions. Through Raskolnikov, Dostoyevsky poses a fundamental question. Can someone justify a crime if their intentions are noble or superior? This question leads to an exploration of the extraordinary man theory, which suggests that certain individuals are above common morality and have the right to decide matters of life and death. Throughout the novel, however, Raskolnikov discovers that intellectual justification is insufficient to escape the guilt and emotional toll of his actions. His internal conflict becomes a debate on universal morality and the need for accountability. The novel suggests that even those who consider themselves beyond good and evil cannot evade the consequences of their actions, and that true punishment comes from conscience, not from human laws. In addition to morality, Crime and Punishment explores themes of power and repentance. In his search for control and power, Raskolnikov realizes that these ideals are illusory, and that true power lies in inner peace. This struggle for repentance and redemption is a constant theme in Dostoyevsky's work, and is especially significant in this novel, where each character seems to be searching for a sense of peace and acceptance in a world of suffering. Crime and Punishment is, without a doubt, one of the masterpieces of universal literature, and its influence extends into fields such as philosophy, psychology, and sociology. Through this novel, Dostoyevsky challenges conventional storytelling and offers a raw, introspective look at the human condition. His characters are neither heroes nor villains. They are complex human beings grappling with their own weaknesses and desires. The relevance of Crime and Punishment lies in its ability to connect with readers across all eras and cultures. The novel explores fundamental questions that remain pertinent today. What does it mean to be good? Is it possible to find redemption after committing an atrocious act? How does guilt affect us, and how can we confront our mistakes? Dostoyevsky offers no easy answers or clear solutions. Instead, he invites the reader to reflect and confront their own beliefs and values. In conclusion, Crime and Punishment is a work that will not only immerse you in a captivating story, but also invite you to explore the darkest and deepest aspects of human nature. Dostoyevsky's mastery in creating unforgettable characters, his skill in building an oppressive atmosphere, and his capacity to raise philosophical questions make this novel essential reading for any literature lover. As you dive into Raskolnikov's life, you will encounter not just a crime story but a mirror reflecting your own struggles and dilemmas. Are you ready for an unforgettable journey through the human mind and soul? Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and share this recommendation. Together, we form a community of readers united by the magic of reading and the adventure of discovering new stories. Thank you.